Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. So today I actually ended up taking no trades, unfortunately enough actually, because there was a beautiful move at market open. I just couldn't really justify an entry, and probably should have executed on it in some way, just from a discretionary standpoint. But yeah, let me actually go over yesterday's recap. I didn't recap yesterday when I was supposed to. Apologies, but I did go and watch the Argentina versus. Ooh, oh my god, I can't speak. Argentina versus England game yesterday, so and I went to the gym and stuff after training, so I was super busy. But yeah, let me actually go over yesterday, because yesterday, believe it or not, was actually the biggest trade I ended up taking on this account that I'm currently trading with. So overall, coming into the market yesterday, so I'm talking about Wednesday price action. I was actually leaning more bullish coming into yesterday. We were delivering just from the 4 hour, just overall we had draws above us. We had like almost triple relative equal highs here in the higher time frame above us here, and it looked like it was just looking like we were going to take those highs, right? Overall, like, what is the market doing? We have these draws up here. We had a retrace in the range here on the higher time frame. I think it was around like 0.62, maybe 0.75 ish, 0.62. And we wake up and we start inversing bearish gaps, we start respecting bullish gaps. You would presume that these highs are our next target, right? So yeah, with that coming into today, that was my bias until proven wrong. So with the open yesterday, I think New York actually ended up opening kind of higher here into really nothing. Might have been like a 5-minute gap, maybe. Yeah, 5-minute gap it opened into. And then we started to dump from here. And started to chop around a little bit, and then we just started to completely dump. So at this point, my bias was completely changed, because I did not want to see us come all the way back down here. There's definitely no need for that. We do have good draws in the higher time frame, lower. Higher time frame, low resistance. There we go. Higher time frame, low resistance, all down here as well. So I could definitely see a bearish side of things. So honestly, at this point, all I was waiting for was for this range to form fully, and for us to make a 15-minute fair value gap, and then for 10 a.m. to potentially manipulate into that 15-minute fair value gap to send us lower, right? So I was staying patient here. We started building up, and I was like, I was starting to get a little bit horny. I'm not gonna lie, I did get a little bit horny, because when we do this before 10 a.m., especially when we leave relative equal lows here, as you can see on the higher time frame, we left relative equal lows ish, kind of relative. They are relative equal lows here, and then as the higher time frame candle opens, we open up that 15-minute fair value gap, and then 10 a.m. we kind of like accumulate slowly upwards, and then 10 a.m. opens, and what does it do? It immediately manipulates into this 15-minute fair value gap, which was just absolutely peak. And if you want to grab this range as well that we were dealing with here, we can see that C of the range was looking quite probable. What do? We come in and we get a beautiful stop hunt inside of this fair value gap. We hit C of the range, we hit CE of the wick of CE of the fair value gap, CE of the range, stop hunt inside a key level, clear draw, low resistance and building up towards the draw, relative equal lows. Yes! This is a plus. It doesn't get nicer than this, right? And then what do we have right after this? We have a good candle here. Didn't enter on this one though. I think it was the next candle. Yes, okay, perfect. And we got our displacement here on the first candle. Didn't quite inverse. Give it another try. Boom, there we go. We inverse here. Beautiful. So at this point, I have everything I need to enter this trade. So I enter this trade, stop at the high, 44 points, and we are targeting the full thing here. This is like a 2-hour-ish. I ended up entering this trade with 5 micros, and in return for entering this trade with 5 micros, where did I go break even here? Oh yes, I went break even literally on this displacing candle here. Reason why I went break even was due to this 5-minute fair value gap that we had here, which could have potentially been a threat to my stop loss. And yeah, so I went break even here. Once this displacing candle went into the 5-minute fair value gap, I went break even. And then at this point, of course, we were just targeting the low hanging fruit here, being this low. Could have targeted the full thing, didn't really matter. I just wanted my piece of the pie and get out. And as you can see, we kind of scared the break even there for a second, then we immediately ripped to that in one candle to TP. And this is the biggest trade yet on the account. I actually ended up making $900 off of this trade, so this is pretty big. It's a good trade. We are now very deep into profit on this account. We have now successfully built the buffer of 2k or 2 grand on this account. So now essentially anything after this is, we're in payout territory right now. We are definitely in payout territory. to make some money, which is great. Obviously not going to be rushing anything or like changing anything at all just because of that, but it's cool to see we're closer to a goal. And yeah, this was just beautiful. Honestly, it really can't get nicer than this. These are the type of setups that you just take and then just sit back and relax, and you don't give a shit if this hits your stop loss or not, because this is a excellent setup, right? And that was A+++ setup of the week, 100%. And yeah, of course, we ended up taking this 1 minute entry here and capitalizing around 100 points off of this with 5 micros, making around $1,000, which is excellent, right? So coming on to today, today was quite interesting. Like, the thing is about today is today's price action was pretty good, but the move for me was just New York Open. Like, everything after that was a bit shit, right? New York Open had the 930 PO3, that was the move. I just couldn't get in on it. I'll show you guys why I just really couldn't justify getting in on it. So coming into 930 overall, I was definitely leaning more bearish here on the higher time frame. Reason being is because we're in a clear sell model down to these lows down here, and we're just inversing bearish gaps. This is just the complete opposite of yesterday. We're inversing bullish gaps, we're respecting bearish, we're delivering off of higher time frame key levels, and we have draws lower to target inside this little sell model that we have going on. It's more like a 15-minute sell model, not really a higher time frame one. Yeah, okay. A 15-minute sell model was sort of already completed on Nasdaq, but it had yet to be completed on ES. So I was still definitely looking for lower, and of course we still have this like, I think this low is on Tuesday. Yeah, we have Tuesday's low that Asia put in down here, which is like the complete finish of this sell model that we have going on here, right? It's like the complete finish of it right here, which is like a good DOL, definitely good DOL. So with that, coming into market open, we were inside of an hourly gap. So at this point, I was kind of predicting market is probably just going to dump off open and it could be cooked for the rest of the session, or we're going to get some good manipulation and resweep inside this hourly gap for us to potentially take some shorts, get a stop hunt inside here. So 930 ends up opening here, and we end up opening higher here, which is exactly what I wanted to see. Then we end up opening this 1 minute fair value gap, and then we get this candle. Now, I was very, like, I didn't, because the thing is, the last time I was hasty the way I did end up losing. And more times than not, from being hasty and being too cocky in the moment, I end up losing. More times than not, right? So, but this would have been one of the cases where it didn't happen. I was like super confident in this going lower, that I actually wanted to take this 1 minute displacing candle right here. But I said, you know what? Let me not be too cocky. It is market open. We are very volatile. We're moving fast here. Let's not get caught up in something that we don't want to without actual confirmation. I want to see this 1 minute fair value gap get ran through, right? Next candle absolutely doesn't blitz through it, and this is where I was like, okay, well, why are we doing this? There's no need for this. But then of course the next candle absolutely ruins my dreams, hopes, and everything combined, and just completely shits on me. The reason why it does is because you could have still justified taking this entry right here and targeting the range low, but this is first of all a huge stop loss. Now, I'm not saying a huge stop loss is any issue, but this is negative risk to reward unless you're going to hold for a 1-to-1 or full draw on liquidity, which did end up playing out today. But the thing about this, which I wasn't a huge fan of, was how we were manipulating inside this range. So if we look at this range right here, I want to go from top to bottom, and we want to go to the 15-minute time frame. This is where the problem comes in, right? The problem is this big 15-minute fair value gap that we're dealing with right here, which I really wanted to be my break-even point. So I wanted to take this original 1 minute entry right here and then get like, go break even at the 15-minute fair value gap, and then target probably the full thing, honestly, or maybe a 1-to-1. It really depends. But overall, obviously, I just couldn't justify an entry here because I really do like my break-evens on big trades like this, and not having a valid break-even point is a bit sketch, and especially when this is the valid break-even point, like, you know, it's a bit annoying. So my ideal entry would have been like right here, and either way, I think this trade does end up getting break-evened. I'm not wrong. Okay, yeah. So no matter how you really took this trade, unless you took the very first candle, which was this, you would have got break-evened on this trade, right? Unless you went for a 1-to-1 with whatever. Anyway, so many if this then that kind of moments, but who cares? So either way, I would have gotten break even on this trade if I entered on this second candle. Only way I wouldn't have if I went on this first candle. And we get this little 1 minute retrace here, and honestly, I was also very much debating taking this 1 minute CISD after we did that. But again, I don't know, I just wasn't really too confident, especially because we were messing around inside of a low volume node. If you want to go to the 15-minute time frame, I'll show you what I mean by a low volume node. If they want to spawn in, there you go. Oh, well, why does that say high volume? Okay, maybe I'm tripping, but on everything earlier. That this was like a really low volume node, so I was kind of spooked out about taking a short here. And also, this isn't really like a short. It's off a 1 minute for a value gap, nothing higher. It's just like a 1 minute continuation if you're super confident, and I wasn't super confident. Well, I kind of was, but not really. I don't know, I was a bit meh today. I couldn't really justify a good entry, but I did really. This play was beautiful. Higher time frame wise, this was fantastic. You could have taken this entry in hell for full draw and break even, I think, at the internal low. I don't know if you would have gotten break even. No, you wouldn't have. Yeah, so that's like, damn, bruh. Yeah, anyway, and then from here on out, I was kind of just looking for cons potentially lower, because we were doing the same things yesterday with the built up before. And then what does 10 a.m. do? 10 a.m. opens higher into this 15-minute for value gap, which it made. But unfortunately, ES was really hunting down a drawn liquidity, which it had, which kind of stopped the entire momentum of NASDAQ wanting to go lower. And that drawn liquidity was, oh my god, it didn't even take it. Are you dead ass? Wow. I didn't even notice that. The ES didn't even take the draw. I was already off at 10:45, but I would have presumed it took the draw, but it actually didn't, which is kind of crazy. Okay. Interesting. That's pretty bad price action. And then I don't know from here if we ended up getting any other setup. Maybe a continuation? Let's see, do we get one? Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Nothing really worth talking about anyway. It's just sideways price action. So yeah. Pretty good day for the beginning of it anyway with the 930 PO3, but everything after that was like complete trash. So yeah, that's gonna be it for honestly today's recap. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. And just went over the trade obviously yesterday, which I made $1,000 on, or 900 to be exact. And then today obviously missed opportunity. This was like, there was great opportunity today, just my entry criteria and the small things that I wanted to have where I could, you know, lean back on a bit for this play. It wasn't there, and it just got kind of unfortunate with this 1 minute close here at 9:35. But except for that, honestly, I did really like this New York opening price action, and everything else after it though, trash. So when the move happened for the day, we just moved sideways, which happens a lot. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's recap. Yesterday's recap, and the rest of this week is going to be concluded on that, because I will not be trading tomorrow because I'm going to be in work, so I won't be on the charts. And then obviously no trading on the weekend, so I will see you guys back again on Monday with another trade recap and market review of the day, whatever. So yeah, except for that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, have a blessed weekend, and I will catch you guys next week. Excited for the future of this channel as well. We're going to be uploading trade recaps daily and documenting my entire journey to profitability trading. And yeah, super excited for the future and what it holds with this journey. And hopefully, obviously the main goal with trading is of course to be financially free, whatever, that's cool, but to be able to be good at something like trading and carry that skill with me for the rest of my life, and be able to teach others how to do the same and show them that it is actually possible. Like if you really want something in life, and you know it's possible and you know you can do it, like that's really it. Like you can do it. There's no what if I fail, or oh maybe I'm gonna fail, or it's gonna go wrong. It's what if it doesn't, you know. It's not even, I don't even agree with that. I don't even agree with the statement of what if it doesn't, or what if it does work out, what if it does, what if it doesn't. Who fucking cares, bro? If you just don't stop and you keep going, it's going to work out. Like, it's gonna happen. It's only a matter of time. If you keep improving and you keep growing and you keep getting better as a trader, as an entrepreneur, as a fighter, as a football player, it doesn't matter whatever you're doing. If you don't stop trying to get better at that thing, and you improve yourself and learn something and grow as a trader and fail as a trader and learn from your failures and grow off of them and repeat and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat, and you don't stop, trust me, it's almost like mathematically impossible for you to fail in the long run. Like, you're going to end up being the best that you can be at this skill or whatever you're doing in life, and it's going to work out. And you're going to be happy that it worked out. And you're like, you need to trust the process. You need to have faith. You need to believe in yourself and what you're capable of doing, because everybody's the same. We're all human. It's really just like self-belief and mentality. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Of course, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm going to have my Instagram, TikTok, and Discord in the bio of this video if you guys have any personal questions for me about anything got to do with trading related things. And feel free to shout out to me on any 3 of those platforms. I will 100% respond with any questions. And except for that, I'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a blessed rest of your weekend. Peace.